Hello everyone, I'm just Ian. Welcome to this new video. Today we're taking a look at my custom Lego Gojo Satoru action figure. It's in the style of all my other action figures like my Invincible, my Cyborg Spider-Man, my Chainsaw Man, and of course, most notably, my Lego Heian era Sukuna. I immediately wanted to put these two together just to see how they look together, and they look awesome, ready for a domain clash. And you can really see the scale pretty well. If I move them a little bit more, like this, you can still see that Sukuna is towering over Gojo, which is appropriate for the size of Heian era Sukuna. But if I take Miles Morales, who is a teenager, you can still see that Gojo is still a lot taller than Miles, which is of course very logical because Gojo is supposed to be very tall with very long legs. And yeah, I think I captured that pretty well over here. It's gonna make it easier for me to make Yuji because then of course he's just gonna be the size of this Spider-Man. But yeah, I think they scale very nicely. Of course I've got Sukuna on the stand right now. I can take him off. If I just plop that off, put it on the side, and then pose him like this, still works perfectly. And now they're a little bit more the correct size, correct height. Of course, Sukuna is way beefier than Gojo, but of course, we've already taken a look at Gojo, or I mean at Sukuna fully. So this video is all about Gojo. So let me just take this guy out of here, and then we can take a look at Gojo Satoru himself. And of course he's fully like black. His full outfit is basically black. It's pretty like purple-ish. It's like black slash purple. It's kind of inconsistent. Of course, Gege Akutami's colorblind, so that doesn't help with trying to look at reference material and looking at the manga and then looking back at the anime. But I think I nailed Gojo's design pretty well. Of course, we have his hair and the iconic blindfold. But yeah, it's pretty basic figure, all things considered. If I take a look at the legs, of course, it's just plated down. They're extended. There are plates on this side, some greebling. His torso's fully plated down. Some more little greebling. His head is pretty high up on his body, as you can see, because of course Gojo has this like big collar normally, and that really hinders his neck movement, so that's why his head is pretty far up his head, or well, up his torso, so that you can still get all the movement you would want, but still can have like the cool looking collar that Gojo has. The arms are very basic. Of course, they're black. You just take one off to show you better. Just fully plated down. Not that much detail, but yeah, not a lot of detail you can put in here. The hands fully poseable, 4 fingers on each hand, just like all my figures basically. Uses the finger pieces that came in the set of Dobby the House Elf, actually. Like a bunch of these parts are from the set of Dobby the House Elf. A lot of the black pieces as well. So that's pretty nice. The head fully made out of pieces from Dobby the House Elf, except for the white. Of course, the hair, I just used bricks that I just had laying around. His mouth can open and close, so he can like yell out his domain expansion, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the head came out nicely in my opinion. Sadly, I don't have regular plates, so I had to use jumpers, but it's fine for now, it's okay. Doesn't look too bad, and I can always replace them later down the line. Hair looks good. Back of the head also looks nice. The bandana going, or well, the blindfold going all the way around, which is cool. And of course, because he has the bit longer fingers, he can very easily do his domain expansion. Like do his sign, his hand sign, which is cool. For articulation, it's pretty standard with all these figures, of course. His legs go about this far up. This one joint's a little bit looser, but that's okay. Fronts. This is basically all you're gonna get for front movement for the legs. Just this kick, but goes all the way back. Of course, there's a knee joint, and we have an ankle joint right here for more dynamic poses, like squatting down. Arms are on ball joints. The pauldrons are movable, so they can get out of the way. We got elbows, just like all great figures. Almost bend. Yeah, basically they can bend 90. They can bend 90. So that's nice. Hand is on a ball joint. Fingers are all articulated. I did implement a swivel in the waist, which is nice. Head's on a ball joint, moves all the way around. Everywhere you would want movement is movement. And the mouth opens and closes. So that's cool. So now I have the two strongest sorcerers in my collection, which is awesome. That's basically it for this figure. Like I said, it's a very basic figure, but it's a very iconic character, so that basically does the rest. He poses well, he stands nice, displays nicely next to my Sukuna. I might make some alternate heads or alternate face plates, because I can take this part off. It looks very cursed right now. And then I just have part of his face. So I can swap out different face plates for different expressions. I already have some parts for the eyes that I kind of swap around. But the problem with the eyes is then you need to remove all of the headband. And then that very clearly all falls apart. So first I need extra pieces for covering up the parts that the headband would leave open before I can do anything else. Yeah, but that's basically it for this video already. You know, not too long, but it was an easy build. It didn't take too long. My next custom is gonna be the lizard from The Amazing Spider-Man and from Spider-Man No Way Home. So that's gonna be cool, displaying that with my Spider-Man figures. But yeah, that's gonna take a bit longer because that figure is gonna be a bit bigger than this one, like way bigger. So I ordered some extra joints for that. So that's gonna be shown pretty soon. Well, pretty soon. I'll give it like a week or two maybe. I don't know. This one was very easy to build, so I'm gonna challenge myself a bit more with the next one. Leave a like, leave a comment. What do you want to see next? I'm planning on building a Luffy. I'm planning on building Yuji. Yuji is probably gonna be my next Jujutsu Kaisen build. Because, well, kind of need the main character after making the main villain and, well, one of the main characters. I would say Gojo is probably one of the main characters if we look at the hidden inventory arc. But that's it for today. Leave a like, leave a comment, and you'll see me in the next video. Goodbye!